However, and he's going to be in a really good spot to start this race. Let's see whether he takes the fuel-saving strategy option early on, though.
Michael Taliancic, let's talk about him. Last week he went up 32 positions. I know it was double the amount of race, which means technically he could do 16 positions here tonight, maybe. But he started out at 44. Tonight he's actually in 16 at the moment. So that is very interesting. Corey Shepherd's just gone P1 by the looks of it, has he? He has just done that by 8 thousandths of a second over Gilliam in the final moments of qualifying. How is that for Corey Shepherd? He now puts himself in front of James Scott on the start as well. That's going to be so important for Scott to make sure his start is spot on tonight. Corey Shepherd, can he hold on with a 150-kilometre race? We know with the 300, James Scott was very patient, but with 150, he's going to have to get a move on. All right, the lights are up. We're about to get underway racing here. Hope you're on the edge of your seats, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you tuned into our YouTube channel, and here we go, underway. Smoking the tyres, though. Who is that? That's Jordan Ross going back a number of positions already. He is moved right back and going back down the pack again. Now they're all starting to work. The Damien Johnson's had an absolutely fantastic start, and he is moving through the pack. Christian Smart is up 8 positions already. This is an incredible start. Gilliam had not a great start either. He is now back 3 positions. So it looked like he got away all right, but a bit later on in that start, something has happened to him too, and he is moving back in the field. Tom Freer up 3 positions into P3, so let's just hope he can get on the brakes in the pit lane.
Got a safety car, boys.
Whoa. But we go back to the leaders of the race at the moment. Now, Corey Shepherd was your #1 qualifier again this week. He got in front of James Scott. James Scott actually started out of row 2 if you just joined us on the coverage. Yes, row 2, James Scott. I know you haven't heard that all season. It's the first time. But he was back in row 2 with Andrew Gilliam alongside Corey Shepherd on the start. Let's not talk about Gilliam. He's gone back if you just joined us. Something's happened to him. He's gone back. Corey Shepherd, though, holding out James Scott. But the laps are counting down. We're on lap 15 or 40 already, so we're almost at the halfway point of this race. And James Scott can't be as patient as he was last week when we had a 300-kilometre race. He needs to put a bit of pressure on, apply that. We know, though, he is the absolute on point when it comes to pit stop strategy, though. And we're talking like half look for him in pit lane at the moment. Looks like he's still making his... is he still out there moving around at the moment? Oh, no. What's this? Is this the safety car? Have they done pit lane, have they now? They have come over the pit.
They've tried to jump the safety car out of the pit lane. So damage report of Borgie is his car.
Seeing though is James Scott and Corey Shepherd. Blistering pace out the front. Now James Scott has ran a 1:16.11, Corey Shepherd a 1:16.06. So they are so evenly matched. You could not throw a blanket over them really. They are just going to keep this battle going on and on and on. The question is, Scott didn't seem to have the pace to do a move on Shepherd, or not to do it without risk, and will Shepherd now have the pace to be able to catch up to Scott and make that manoeuvre, Norrie? How many cars? Oh, here we go, a bit of a move there. Shepherd shows the nose. Scott gets up on the curb and then goes wide. Shepherd now has to back off there and just slot back in behind. So these guys now starting to just share a little bit of their liveries with each other at the moment, guys. This is turning into a little bit of a battle for one, and I think you're right. Scott Shepherd there really needs to put the pressure on now because he is running out of laps.
Yeah, well, we didn't see whether there was a moment between that one that led to the move there from Shepherd, but we assume it's going to be down into the brakes. It's just being able to apply that little bit more pressure. But for the first time in a long while, we've got the witness marks down the side of James Scott's car. So these guys are not leaving anything on the table as they work their way around for the final 8 laps here. And at the moment, it must be said, Shepherd looking that little bit stronger as James really having to go defensive to try and hold him off.
Time we've seen Shepherd actually applying pressure to James Scott in a long while, and I've got to say it is refreshing to see. I didn't think Corey would jump tonight, but it looks like he's just agitated. He's sick of the bridesmaid's dress. He wants a crown. He wants a trophy.
Oh, well, will he be up there? Will he be in the spotlight tonight? He might not be a bridesmaid tonight. He might be a bride. Let's see how it goes. But you know, just showing how much maturity he's gaining from the amount of laps he's putting together through various series when it comes to racing, but doing fantastic things here in the AOSC in season number 10. And is it his night to shine on top of the podium? He might get it done over James Scott. He's beaten him in the past this season. He beat him in round number 2 there at Road America, but it was after James Scott got involved in an incident on the final corner of the final lap. Can Corey Shepherd do it tonight? Can he just apply the pressure there, as you see James Scott there getting very defensive and shallow as he comes out of the corners to make sure Shepherd can't get by. Shepherd has the opportunity to slide the car out wide and try and drive this car as much as possible. Careful not to drop that wheel on the grass here as he goes really wide. Shepherd pulling the car in here. He's definitely not on the fuel save. They don't need to fuel save at all. So that is one of the things that we need to remember at the final part of this race is they took it about lap 17 when the safety car was coming out. They all came in and pitted. So definitely heaps of fuel to go full throttle all the way to the end. There is nothing in that sort of strategy that we need to worry about at the moment here for the Jinx Shifters AOSC S10. And it looks like James Scott now just a little bit of air between them. I'm just having a look though. It looks like Corey Shepherd had a faster last lap, but Jordan Ross was the fastest out of this battle pack. Oh, defensive, and Jordan Ross here, what's he going to do? He might just come from nowhere. Scott goes wide. Shepherd's there. Ross is involved. Oh, Scott's gone all the way back to P4. He hasn't waited until the last lap. Dyson's got through as well, and he's going to have to work his way back through some very competitive drivers now if he wants to get back up to Corey Shepherd, and he is running out of laps. We're on lap 35, and Shepherd, can he bring this home? Because Jordan Ross, check out this, the replay up on the screen at the moment. James Scott gets defensive. Shepherd comes to the inside. They both go off. Then you see Scott run wide here under brakes. You nearly see Ross take all of them and go through. Shepherd regains himself and gets there. Dyson does a nice move just to slot himself in between. And Scott has to go back to P4, and he is off the podium at the moment here in round number 11 at Charlotte with only 4 laps left in this race.
Dyson and Scott. And here's a look at the replay of how Ross was able to get this move completed.
Goes around the outside banking there with the run. Gets on the inside there. Gets right up on the pillar there. Shepherd can't come down now. He has to pull back on that position, and Ross goes through nicely. And
top 3 still closing in, and Shepherd all over the back of Ross like a rash.
Scott's actually improving his times here now. He's cut 3 tenths out of these guys in the last lap, is what James Scott done. He's all over the back now. He's running out of laps though. Like really, we have 1.5 laps left in this race at the moment as they make their way up into the banking. They're going to go around the back section past turn 10 and then hard into turn 11. So Scott not quite close enough though to make a move. He's way off as Jordan Ross now needs to get defensive, and a bit of contact there, and Shepherd now locks the brakes up. Ross. Scott's now going to go by. Shepherd's now going to go
Scott's back in front.
Oh my God, it's all happening. I mean, do you think if you're James Scott right then, you think, no, this isn't happening, this can't be. Surely these guys can't make that happen. As Jordan Ross moves into P2 there, and Dyson goes by. Corey Shepherd now all the way back to P4. Well, not all the way back, but you think with only 1 lap left to go, the final lap, he slides the car out. We're on the last lap now, though. Lap number 40 here. Race 186 and AOSC S10, all thanks to Jinx Shifters, and we've had so much change in the leadership in the last few laps. It's gone down to the wire. Jordan Ross was in P3 last week. He's now in P2 as we check out the replay. This is where it all happened. He gets defensive there. Jordan Ross. Shepherd comes down, they get under the brakes, both of them hard on the brakes, lock up there, they go wide on the inside of the curb. James Scott just has to take a bit of a wider line there, but he's definitely got the run coming out, and Jordan Ross comes in behind. James Scott, what a let-off as he takes the checkered flag. Jordan Ross is second, Andrew Dyson third, and Corey Shepherd limps home the Mr. Antenna Mustang, and what could have been